Good afternoon, everybody. This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming back with another live stream. I just recently finished watching a video, and it was called Trick Pill Rage, Not Red Pill Rage. And before I get started, first I want to say that I have no issues with DS1 Ross. I'm actually very cool with him. Me and him, we don't agree with everything, but at the same time, I understand where he's coming from. He's coming from a place of love. But at the same time, I listened to what he had to say, and I was like, there are some talking points that he did not bring up that needed to be brought up and needed to be fully understood in order for this message to be able to reach the people that he wants it to reach. Now, what am I talking about? He says that it's not really red pill rage, it's trick pill rage. If men are just only focusing on what the women are doing wrong and not focusing on themselves, and I totally agree with him on that. But at the same time, he cannot just fully disregard the men that find themselves trapped in that situation because a lot of them don't have guidance. They don't have uh, understanding on what is needed in order to overcome it, because I understand what it is to be in that position. Um, when I was growing up, I was fed a bunch of lies. I didn't have my father around. I was taught to behave a certain way, act a certain way. There were certain emotions that I couldn't show and I couldn't express myself fully. And once I found myself in a position where I understood that I was being taken advantage of and I was expected to just deal with it, that's when I went through my own red pill rage incident. This was 2 years ago. So some people would say, oh, that's just you going through, a trick pill rage because you were tricked and you didn't know what to do. But I didn't have anybody to give me the guidance on what to do. I didn't have, like, growing up, I didn't have a father in the house that would tell me about woman's nature. I had to find out women's nature on my own. Like I said, like, even going through relationships that didn't work, a marriage that didn't work, and not understanding that sometimes that even if I do something that I believe that's the right thing, that sometimes it still won't work out. I didn't understand that aspect. I didn't understand that there would be times where I get used and abused, and there was times where I saw myself getting used and abused, and I didn't stand up for myself because I wasn't taught to stand up for myself. At the same time, you know, it was looked upon as if you stand up for yourself, you uh, I do my best not to curse on this channel, but I'm just gonna say what it is that that would be put out there. Like, they'd call me a bitch, a n word, all types of stuff, and we need to take in consideration that sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens to people. Sometimes somebody doesn't know how to stand up for themselves. They don't know how to be truthful. They don't know how to express themselves correctly. And if they've been always been stagnated on their growth as a human being, as a man, as a person, that it comes out in a wrong way. So it is red pill rage, even if you think it's trick pill rage. If this person still finds themselves in that situation, instead of just shaming the person, just explain to the person that this is the way that it is. Also, everybody had to look for their own solution based off of who they are as an individual. Like, one person's solution isn't going to fit the other person's solution 100%. There is no one size fit all in this in this game of life. Some people will never be kings. Some people will be pawns in the game, but they have to learn how to maneuver so they don't easily get taken off the board. And when I use this type of analogy, I'm using it as saying that Some people aren't going to be that powerful in life. Some people aren't going to make that much money. So that person had to figure out how it is they can protect themselves to the best of their abilities, their resources to the best of their abilities, not allow other people to use them for their resources and their time and their money and their attention. That's what I had to learn that the hard way. It took me over a year to understand that that's what it was. It took me over a year to understand that sometimes people are going to look at me a certain way and there's nothing that I can do about it. The only thing that I can do about it is to distance myself until they show me the type of respect that I do deserve as a man. But you don't have a lot of people that explain that to other people. You know, you just say, oh, just be nice, just be cordial, just do this and do that. And it doesn't work. And it never will work with certain individuals. That's what it is that's going on with these men when they complain about how women act or how they dress or how they do things. It's that they haven't figured out that they need to stop trying to show these people that they are real people. They need to just go ahead and live the life that they need to live for themselves. And this isn't talked about enough. Like, some people try to run away from their problems. You can't run away from your problems. You got to look for solutions. And solutions for one man isn't going to be the same solution for the next man. And that's reality. So that's all I wanted to say about the whole red pill rage, trick pill rage, whatever you want to call it. This is my response to it. You don't have to agree with it, but at the same time, this is where I'm coming from with it. You cannot beat up a person because they don't have understanding of it. But once they get understanding of it, then you can go ahead and help that person. And I understand that everybody isn't going to understand how to fix the problem. And it's times in our lives where we didn't create the problem, but it still is our problem. And I understand that it's our problem. It's my problem to fix myself. I can't rely on my father to fix it for me. I can't rely on my friends to fix it for me. I can't rely on the community to fix it for me. If everybody else is going through their own situations and their own circumstances and they have to deal with their own frustrations in life, it's up to me to deal with those frustrations. But at the same time, while I'm dealing with those frustrations to the best of my ability, I should not have to go through the ridicule and the insults and the disrespect because I'm a grown man that's trying to figure it out for myself. This is what pisses me off personally, because I know that I'm doing the best that I can. I know that I'm doing what it is that I need to do to improve my life. But at the same time, I refuse to have people step on me when I'm figuring out what it is that I need to do with my life. And yes, for many years, I never found my voice. I never found who it was I was as a person, who I was as a person in order to do that. But now that I'm older and I'm getting that voice to doing what it is that I need to do as a person, I'm going to express myself the way that I need to in order to improve my life. This is the God's honest truth. This is being honest with myself, being truthful to myself, knowing that I got to fix myself and I got to do it by myself, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. So using language like trick pill and all this other stuff is not going to help the problem. It's only going to make it worse. It's only going to make it worse where people ain't going to be receptive of what it is that you're trying to say. You talk about healing. We need to heal also with using the correct terminologies in order to help other people heal. You know what I'm saying? I don't like I said, like, I'm not trying to come at anybody wrong. I'm not trying to come at anybody with any disrespect. You know, I have a ton of respect for a lot of the live streamers out here, the content creators out here, a ton of it. So I don't want it to seem like, oh, I'm attacking anybody, because I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying how I think about it from my point of view. Now, I understand that there's men out here that we need to change the way that we conduct ourselves out here in society. We do. We need to stop tricking money. We need to stop being tricks. We need to build a foundation to either be a family man, or we need to get to that point to where we understand ourselves and we do our best not to harm anybody while living a bachelor's life, not lying to other people, being honest with them. And that's what I'm working on, being honest not only with other people, but for us to be honest within ourselves. To, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't want to be in a relationship, don't get in a relationship. If we want to be in a relationship, uh do right. Don't cheat. Don't mess around. Don't flirt with other people. Like, if you want to be a man that have multiple women, be honest with those women that you're with. I have I have nothing negative to say about any of those viewpoints, even though there's other people that might not feel the same way that I do. Like, I think that certain men, once they get a certain level in life, if they want to have more than one woman, they should go ahead. If a man wants to live a bachelor's life and he wants to travel around and do his own thing, he should be able to do it. Go ahead. If a man want to build a family and build a community where he grew up at, where he raised at, that's on him. Let him do that. Like, we as men got to make our own decisions, and also we got to be honest with ourselves with those decisions, so we don't cause any more chaos in the community. We got to do our part. And I understand that there's women out here that's just totally messed up, don't want to understand what it is that somebody else is saying, nobody's point of view. But at the same time, I refuse to lie to them anymore. I refuse to lead them on anymore. I'm going to be honest with them 100%, whether they like it or not. And at this point in my life, I know that I may want to get married eventually one day, but I'm not ready personally. And the reason why I'm not ready personally, because I see the chaos and the destruction that's going on around me. I would rather go outside of the community. And that's just being honest with how I see things right now, because I don't I don't want to waste my time trying to build something that other people are steadily putting potholes in. And there's a lot of people putting potholes in the community. And I know for myself that I went out here and I tried to help out the community. Like I said, I've been on marches, I've done cleanups, done back to school rallies. I went to the schools to talk to the children. Way before I joined any type of organization, I was doing these things. I did volunteer work. I did this way before I even went to college. I have no reason to lie about that. But as a man that did all that stuff and still got crapped on and still wasn't told the truth about how things work out in life and how things work out in society, how do you think I was going to react once I found out the truth? You thought that I was just going to say, oh, oh, I learned, no, I put in a lot of time and investment into this just for it to be thrown and disregarded, thrown away and disregarded. So I have a right to be upset. I have a right to be angry if that was the response for me doing what it is that I was trying to do to help out. And when I found myself in a time of need, I was alone. That's when I learned that I needed to build myself up to the point to where if I do want to volunteer and help out, it won't be a big burden on my shoulders. And it was a hard lesson that I had to learn. That's why I'm not really out there doing a lot that I used to do, because I learned that right now, while I'm in the building and healing process on my own, it's going to take me a while to get to that point to where I can trust myself enough to not do too much for other people where they would take advantage of me. And that's where I'm at in my life. I understand how everybody feel, like they want us to say more, more, more for the men. You need to do more. But if men don't want to do more, you have to understand that it's a reason behind that. It's a reason behind us pulling back. And I refuse to be a footstool for the community, the punching bag of the community. That's the reason why I'm in a position that I'm in right now, trying to build myself back up. I know I got investments now. I know I got savings right now. I got a job. I got a car. I finna have my own house very soon. I'm doing all this stuff for myself so I can show myself some respect, because I realize that ain't nobody going to give me respect until I respect myself. So that's what real red pill rage is. That's all I wanted to say, because I've been rambling on for a long time. And like I said, I didn't want to come off like I was being disrespectful to anybody, but I wanted to get my point of view on it, because it's a lot of men out here that they feel like they can't express themselves the way that they want to. I would rather do my best to express myself the way that I need to, in order to help other men that feel the same way that I do to be more comfortable with speaking. I know that growing up, I had a hard time with speaking. As you could tell, I stumble over words sometimes. Like, I grew up with a stuttering problem, and I speak a little bit slow. But hey, communication is communication, and I see that my mother is on here on the live. Sheepstaysleep is here, which I'm like, wow, like, I be supporting him a lot, and I'm glad that he's up here. Information Man Show, I see him on here. Man, thank you. Char Willie, thank you for being on here. I'm just so happy. I'm happy that I'm doing these live streams and people are being receptive of what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to put down anybody. It's just that I'm living a life for myself at this point, and I understand that some people do not agree with how I'm living my life, because it's not the cookie cutter way of doing things. But at the same time, all I can do is do what it is that I can do that's best for myself. And like I said, it's not one size fit all out here in the world. Okay, I see that Sheepstaysleep TV sent Char Willie, and I thank you, Sheep, for supporting me. DS1 Ross. But like I was saying, I've been up here rambling and giving my point of view. And I hope that you understand that I'm coming with a heart that, even though it's been wounded a lot, that I'm coming with a heart that's being sincere with my words. Like, I'm not trying to come up here and damage anybody or make anybody feel bad for how it is that they feel, or put down people for the way that they choose to live their life, because I'm doing the best that I can with the life that I have right now. And it's hard on everybody. Like I said, we living in a world of uncertainty at this point. Like, it might be a war soon that covers all the countries. Who knows about if the food shortages continue. We see the rift between men and women in this society. We see the effeminization of men in this society, which I totally disagree with, because men need to be men, women need to be women, and I believe in the roles in the house. Even though a lot of people don't believe in that, that's what I believe in. I believe in the Most High and how he set things up. And according to the Bible, which I believe in, even though I don't do everything 100% right, I still believe that it's supposed to be God, man, woman, family, and everybody else. That's the order. I'm doing the best that I can to get myself in order right now, because I realized that for a lot of years I was out of order, but I didn't have enough guidance to keep me in order. I needed my father in my life. I got him now. So with me having my father in my life, and he's helping me to accept and love the parts of myself that I never knew that I had in me, or the parts that I knew I had in me and I had suppressed it for so long. But I'm starting to learn to just accept myself 100% for who I am, whether it might be good or bad, and to do my best to keep the bad parts of me in check to the best of my ability. That's where I'm at with this. That's where I'm at in my walk, you know, and I'm going to do the best that I can regardless of any obstacle that's in my way. I'm going to do the best at my job, wherever it is that I work at. And I'm not going to put that information out there, but wherever it is that I work at, I'm going to do that to the best of my ability. I'm going to work on things around the house to the best of my ability, my car to the best of my ability. I'm going to help people out to the best of my ability. Right now, it's at a limited amount that I can help others out, but I'm still going to do it, even if it's just a talk, even if it's just me coming up here on this live stream and just speaking. That's what I'm going to do. But thank you. Thank you, everybody that showed up. I hope everybody is safe. Me, I still got some things to take care of. I just finished the installation in the house, so I got some more things that I got to do. I just wanted to get this off my chest and just give my point of view. Thank you. God bless you. May the Most High be with you. I love y'all. Be cool. Be safe.